welcome to live coverage of the Youth Development Division's graduation ceremony, multidisciplinary leadership training graduation ceremony here from the Public Service Union building, the PSU in Roseau, Dominica. We are getting ready to join the host and hostess of this afternoon's program. We want to say welcome everyone. We now join Cecilia Christmas and Amon Stedman, the masters of ceremony at this time. So let's go and join them on the podium as we speak. Welcome once again to all our listeners. So much to talk to you about, but we'll continue in a moment. Stay with us. Let's go across to the podium at this time.
Gloria Joseph, Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly and DYBT Coordinator, Senator Philip Rolle, Chief Youth Development Officer, Mr. John Roach, Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer, Ms. Cesarina Paul, Pastor Vaughn Vigilant, staff of the Youth Development Division and Dominica Youth Business Trust, tutors, facilitators of the multidisciplinary leadership course, invited guests, the media, graduates of the Southeastern and Western multidisciplinary leadership courses. Good afternoon and welcome to our graduation ceremony. At this time, we are going to have a prayer by Pastor Vaughn Vigilant. Can we all stand, please?
A pleasant good afternoon to each and everyone. The protocol established. Shall we pray? Father and eternal God, we bow before you this afternoon. We acknowledge you, Almighty Yahweh, as the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. We are indeed grateful to be here this afternoon, O God, for this special occasion. Father, had it not been for your grace and mercy, we would not have made it thus far. And so, God, we thank you, O God, for this institution that has arrived at another milestone, Father. We thank you, O God, for the graduating class, O God, this afternoon. And Father, O God, during this session, Father, I just pray, O God, that your Spirit, O God, will continue to lead and guide everything that has to be said and done in this place, O God. I pray, O God, for those that are graduating, Lord, that the knowledge that has been imparted upon their lives, that, O God, they shall utilize it in the best way, O God. I pray, O God, your protection upon them, O God, as they go in the various aspects of life. And I pray, O God, that they shall be outstanding leaders, leaders of integrity, O God, leaders of honesty, Father, leaders, O God, that will shine, O God, and to take this nation, O God, to the next dimension. I give you praise and I give you glory and honor. I thank you, O God, for the assistance, O God, from the government, O God, and we return thanks and praise unto your name. We thank you, O God, for the parents that have stood by these young people, O God, that are graduating today, God. I thank you, O God, for everyone who made it possible. And Lord God, we just pray that, O God, you will lead and we will follow. I pray, God, that every graduate shall put you first in everything that they do, Father. I pray, O God, that you shall be the center of it all. We give you thanks and we give you praise. We give you all the glory. Continue to do great things, oh God, for the youth development program. Continue, Father, to expand their borders, their coasts, oh God, enlarging their territories. I pray, oh God, that doors and avenues shall be opened unto them, oh God. Resources shall increase, oh God, as they seek to develop our young people, for they are the future of this nation. And so, God, I thank you and I give you praise, oh God. I thank you for making this class a success. I decree and declare that success, oh God, is their portion. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Vaughn Vigilant. And with everything, we always need to pray. So this afternoon, I'm your host, Cecilia Christmas. I am the Youth Empowerment Officer from the Western District. And with me is...
Amon Stedman, Youth Officer, Southeast.
All right. At this time, we'll now invite the students of the ITSS with the national anthem. Please, let's all stand at attention. Thank you. Please be seated.
What would a course or training be without tracking one's progress? Let's find out. Let's find out how well our leaders did as we listen to the status report, which will be done by our Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer, Miss Cizinarina Paul. Let's give her a hand of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development, Ms. Greta Roberts. Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly and DYBT Coordinator, Senator Philip Rowe. Permanent Secretary in the ministry, our ministry right now, Mrs. Gloria Joseph. All around there. I want to call her all around there, but I'll hold that back. Chief Youth Development Officer, Mr. John Roach. Pastor Vaughn Vigilant. Staff of the Youth Development Division and the Dominica Youth Business Trust. Tutors and the facilitators of the Multidisciplinary Leadership Training course. Invited guests, the media, and very importantly, our graduates of the Southeast and West Multidisciplinary Leadership courses. Good afternoon again to all of you.
Good afternoon.
I feel like I'm short. I know I'm short. And because I'm short, I feel like the mic is barring me. But anyway, you can see my face, right? Nice. So that is good. I'm just going to offer a status report on the leadership training program of the Youth Development Division. So today, as you know, we at the Youth Division, we are pleased to certify 42 individuals comprising of 31 females and 11 males who have successfully completed the multidisciplinary leadership training course within their districts. From November 21st, 2018, and don't let the date frighten you, but it's a little frightening, I know, especially for my Southeast folks, to April 24th, 2019, 24 of the graduates pursued training in the Southeastern District and successfully completed. And that was held at the Jones Beaupierre Primary School in La Plaine. Unfortunately, with the onset of COVID-19, coupled with other challenges, they were unable to be certified before today. In such a case, though, we can probably take comfort in the old adage, better late than never. The overall management of that specific training was done by Mr. Gregory Riviere, the former Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer. And we are indeed very happy to have Mr. Riviere here today. He didn't want to be called out, but I will still call him out. He said, just say I'm a facilitator. He was a facilitator, but he was the overall coordinator of the program then. In the Western District, 18 of the graduates were trained at the Layu Emergency Center from January 4th to June 28th, 2023. The overall management of that training was undertaken by myself, and with good coordination from our youth officers. Importantly, I like to say, however, are the efforts of the youth officers. Eamon Stedman in the Southern District, and he's here at the front right now, and Cecilia John Baptist, Cecilia who told you that she's the Youth Empowerment Officer, and Jade Hill, who is the Youth Officer acting on the Western District. These three officers ensured that their leadership trainings continued, and they happened. These officers dealt with the weekly matters, recruited participants, secured venues for the trainings, ensured that they had snacks to eat, assisted with supervision of program implementation, of participation, and served as strong liaison between the main office and the clients that we serve. So I would like today to commend our youth officers. Please help me to applaud them. Further, as such trainings require the support of others for its implementation. We take pleasure in rewarding the efforts of 12 individuals today who served as group tutors throughout the trainings. Additionally, high recognition goes out to all the facilitators who presented the various sessions to the participants. You must note that a number of these tutors and facilitators came from among our very staff at the Youth Division. So please put your hands together for them. Thank you. So, I deviated from my notes, so I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, the Multidisciplinary Leadership Training course is a 6-month-long program, which is often preceded by what is called a community-based leadership training program. And usually this is not one such program because it's shorter. It's probably about 6 or 7 sessions. The officers go into a community, see the need, train young people from within their own groups, and then these people from among them, the leaders, are seen and they are invited to take part in a district-based multidisciplinary leadership training course. So the community-based leadership training precedes the multidisciplinary leadership training course. The multidisciplinary leadership training course comprises weekly sessions for the first 3 months and 3 monthly sessions during the last 3. This training course was created mainly to empower youth and community leaders to be more effective in their service delivery within the districts. It is broken up into 3 stages. Stage 1 deals with the leader, where focus is placed on the individual, the types of and styles of leadership, communication skills, speaking in public 1, and the leader as manager. Is on behavioral psychology. There, the participants are taken on a journey of further self-discovery through which they are better to work with the members of their organizations. Sessions such as emotional development, gender dynamics, group dynamics, counseling skills, and conflict management are featured. And it's always good to have key people like Ms. Valencia Webb, who is a former youth officer, former youth center manager, who always is ever so willing to come in to support us with these sessions. Stage 3 of the training is about management. The emphasizes the need for mature participants in leadership positions within organizations. There are 6 sessions within stage 3, namely program planning, project planning, budgeting, the constitution, managing a meeting, public speaking 2, and the protocol. These are followed by an evaluation which concludes the actual training. Importantly, participants are expected to complete assignments which determine certification. Thus, today's graduates successfully presented and implemented plans of actions within their communities, developed project proposals and constitutions for their organizations. And for those who already had constitutions, they reviewed them with their members. A highlight of every leadership training course is a public speaking session, which often pushes the participants past their trepidations of standing before a crowd to present a 3-minute prepared speech. Today, 2 of these participants who were outstanding in public speaking and 1 who presented the best project proposal will be awarded. You will find out who they are eventually. You can put your hands together for them. Thank you. Essentially, punctuality and regularity are key factors considered as attendance. Oh, sorry, let me take that again. Essentially, punctuality and regularity are key factors considered as attendance is kept to ensure the fullest participation of trainees. Thus, 4 graduates will receive awards for outstanding attendance and punctuality. Upon successful completion of this leadership training course, there is the stage 4 option of the basic, advanced, and therapeutic counseling programs that is offered by the Youth Development Division. And I want to thank again, in a big way, Ms. Valencia Webb, who assisted the Youth Division over time to review that pack not just one, but all the counseling trainings, and literally went through them with us, with a number of our staff members over the last two years or so, who had not yet benefited from the basic, advanced, and counseling and therapeutic counseling. And so we've been able to see how well we have been able to review the package, and we are ready now to present it to our stage 3 graduates here today, and anybody else who have done the training and are willing and open to come on board to get trained in basic, advanced, and therapeutic counseling. So we're coming back to you very soon. So thank you, Ms. Webb, of course. I urge all of you graduates to consider taking advantage of the next trainings that is to be offered relatively soon. Finally, I want to commend all the youth officers who successfully completed the most recent Stage 4 counseling trainings. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership development is not just an activity at the Youth Division. It is a key factor to nation building and youth development. Over the years, we have seen the results of such programs manifested among people of diverse walks of life here in Dominica and even abroad, because many of them would have traveled overseas and they're able to share their stories. I personally am a product of such a training, having done that particular training when I was only a fourth former in high school at PSS under the tutelage of Mr. Bernard Bontiff, who is a retired youth development officer. Today, I hope you can see the fruits of that particular training in my own life. Speaking of high school, the Youth Division continues to offer school-based leadership trainings for prefects and other school-based organizations in collaboration with their administrators. Kudos goes out to the youth officers who have constantly and annually offered such trainings to the schools within the high schools within their districts, and thanks to the schools who continue to partner with our division in doing so. Conclusively, I urge us all to consider the fact that leadership within itself is an art worth nurturing through practice. It requires people, it calls for service to others, and people requires it. So let us harness leadership mainly to build, to empower, to inspire, and to be agents of positive change in our society. I extend again congratulations to all of you graduates. I say to you, go and continue to change your world one impact at a time. Thank you.
That was Caesarina Paul, and she just gave the status reports. Caesarina Paul has been working with the Youth Development Division for many years. She's the Chief Youth Development Officer as we speak, and did justice to the speech this afternoon.
And continue to impact the world. And you should do just that. At this time, we are going to invite Mr. John Roach, the Chief Youth Development Officer, to the podium for brief remarks. Can we put our hands together for him, please?
Brief indeed. The one thing I learned in leadership when I did the multidisciplinary leadership course in public speaking, you stand up, you speak up, and you shut up. Thanks for saying brief. Honorable Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development, Ms. Greta Roberts, Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly and DYBT Coordinator, Senator Philip Roll, Permanent Secretary Mrs. Gloria Joseph, Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer, Ms. Caesarina Paul, Pastor Vaughn Vigilant from the Pilgrim Holiness Church in Toronto, staff of the Youth Development Division and the Dominica Youth Business Trust, tutors and facilitators of the multidisciplinary leadership courses, invited guests, the media and our radio audience on Kyrie FM, our graduates of the Southeast and West multidisciplinary leadership courses, and let me also acknowledge our former Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer, Mr. Gregory Riviere Caressa, and Mrs. Cadel Ferguson, who is the General Manager of the Barbados Youth Business Trust. Thank you for joining us at today's leadership graduation. Today's graduation ceremony of the Youth Development Division's multidisciplinary leadership course represents 5 decades, that is 50 years, of shaping the social, behavioral, attitudinal, educational, and political landscape of Dominica. Through this well-thought-of program, hundreds of Dominicans have been empowered to take on leadership roles within their families, organizations, churches, sports clubs, communities, local authorities, central government, and in their occupations and professions. Today's ceremony brings back memories of the budding phase of my professional journey in youth work, as the multidisciplinary leadership course was my introduction to youth development work during my first 6 months on the job, and that's 35 years ago. This program prepares one for what we refer to as Option 4 courses, which include basic, advanced, and therapeutic counseling, as well as a series of training sessions in attitudes and values, motivation, development of self-esteem, communication skills, team building, time management, anger management, stress management, conflict resolution, and separation and loss. I say yes, separation. It prepared me that one day I would be leaving youth division. So youth division prepared me a long time for this moment. I attribute my professional development to my exposure to this comprehensive personal development and leadership training package, which is geared at one's holistic development for life. And I'm fortunate to have gotten such opportunity at this early stage of my adulthood, which contributed significantly to the kind of person I turned out to be: the husband, the father, the mentor, the youth worker, and the leader I am today. In our efforts to build in a more resilient Dominica, I urge the government to pay more attention to these personal development and leadership empowerment programs of the Youth Development Division, which have proven to build leadership capacity in the communities, especially during times of crisis. For resilience is not only defined by one's physical environment, but more importantly, by one's personal disposition and leadership capacity. I'm also imploring our young aspiring leaders to avoid the I run things leadership and adopt the we need each other leadership. The we need each other leadership is more conducive to building resilience. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Youth Sports and Community Development, I extend our gratitude to the tutors and facilitators who collaborated with the staff of the Youth Development Division to impart such knowledge and skills in leadership development to the young men and young women of the Southeast and the Western districts. You have made your contribution to building resilience in Dominica. Our dear leadership graduates, the Youth Development Division has provided you with the basic skills which will enable you to perform your leadership functions within your family settings, your organizations, your communities, your work environment, and those of you who aspire to venture into the political arena. It is your responsibility to build on this foundation and remain steadfast in your quest to self-development and professional advancement. Please give some thought to the following debates by leadership gurus. Managers maintain things, leaders change things. Management is about what and how. Leadership is about why. Management is about the issues of the day. Leadership is about the issues of the future. Management is reactive. Leadership is proactive. Managers are responsible for tasks. Leaders are responsible for people. Leadership was what Noah used to get the ark built where there was no sea to sail on. Management was what he used to prevent the elephants from seeing what the rabbits were up to on the voyage. There are times when a leader needs good systematic management skills and times when a manager must inspire people. We have to be able to do both. Congratulations, and may God bless you, continue to bless you. Thank you very much.
That was Mr. John Roach, the Youth Development Officer, and before him we heard from Cesarino Paul, the Assistant Youth Development Officer.
The session at La Plaine, the manager versus the leader. Thank you once again, Mr. Roach, for such powerful brief remarks. Up next, we now call on Miss Danielle Fergus, a patrol leader of the Girl Guides Association of Dominica, with a song. So let's welcome.
Here comes a wave meant to wash me away, a tide that is taking me under. Swallowing sand, left with nothing to say, my voice drowned out in the thunder. But I won't cry, and I won't start to crumble. Whenever they try to shut me or cut me down, I won't be silent. You can keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. 'Cause I'll breathe when they try to suffocate me. Don't you underestimate me. All I know is I won't go speechless. Written in stone, every rule, every word, centuries old and unbending. Still in your place, better seen and not heard. Well, now that story is ending. 'Cause I cannot start to crumble. So come on and try to shut me or cut me down. I won't be silent. You can keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. Speechless, 'cause I'll breathe when they try to suffocate me. Don't you underestimate me. All I know is I won't go speechless. Try to lock me in this cage. I won't just lay me down and die. I will spread these broken wings and watch me burn across the sky. Hear the echo saying I won't be silenced. Though you wanna see me tremble when you try it, all I know is I won't go speechless. Speechless, 'cause I'd be broken. Yes.
Wow.
What a song, what a song. I think this is talent, and she deserves another round of applause. You're listening to live coverage of the Youth Development Division's Multidisciplinary Leadership Training Course ceremony here at the Public Service Union Building on Valley Road. We'll be joining our 93 and 88.7 FM listeners at about 4 p.m. In the meantime, we continue to broadcast via Facebook and also on 107.9 and 91.1 FM.
Afternoon, everyone. The young lady says she won't go speechless, but I hope I don't go speechless this afternoon. Protocol has been established. Greetings to all. I extend a warm welcome to each one of you gathered here today. I wish to introduce myself as Kishon Hector, a familiar face with the Youth Development Division Empowerment activity. Back in 2015, I completed a 6-month Youth Development Division construction module, which was held in the community of Dubla. Due to my determination and willingness to learn a skill, I completed the module with flying colors, securing a top position. The journey was challenging, yet immensely rewarding. That class helped me to be where I am today. You know, we didn't just do the class and then they just let us out there, but you know, I was employed for 2 years straight with a company after that class, and then I went my own way, doing my own thing, and I was home doing nothing much, and I got a call from Youth Division asking if I was working. I tell them, yeah, but nothing serious. They tell me, make my way such and such place, and you know, I was employed for 3 years straight. So this afternoon, I want to thank Youth Division for that. Presently, I am engaged as a contractor, guiding and helping to empower young individuals to focus, excel in skilled trades, and crave a promising future for themselves. Today, I am eager to dive into the transformative experience of undertaking the multidisciplinary leadership training. It has not only left an indelible mark on my professional life as a contractor, but also shaped me into a more effective youth leader within my community. I feel compelled to express my heartfelt gratitude to Miss Christmas for her unwavering commitment the youth on the Western District. Her persistence in reaching out to me despite my initial schedule conflicts paved the way for my enrollment in the course. After missing the initial session, her firm reminder about attending the upcoming class served as a wake-up call. And her exact words was, Kishon, you have missed 2 classes, and normally you cannot engage in the class again. But I am making the next opportunity available for you. If you can come the next class, you can come, and you know I didn't regret it. Making a conscious decision to prioritize the training was indeed a turning point in my journey. The engaging and informative nature of the class instilled in me a renewed sense of purpose and zeal, propelling me to actively participate and absorb every bit of knowledge shared. Undoubtedly, this training has significantly impacted my role as an employer and a youth leader. The sacrifices made every Wednesday afternoon was indeed worthwhile. it was not just my personal commitment, but also the dedication of the instructors that fueled our collective learning experience. The insight session on diverse topics such as public speaking, budgeting, groups dynamics, grant writing, constitution, and effective communication have been instrumental in honoring my skills and broadening my perspective. Furthermore, this course has served as a platform for networking and various backgrounds across the Western District. The exchange of ideas and experience among participants has been offering fresh insights on enhancing community initiatives and fostering growth. In conclusion, I am profoundly grateful to the Youth Division for empowering young minds to seize opportunity for self-improvement across different facets of life. It is incumbent upon us to embrace these invaluable opportunities wholeheartedly and make maximum use of them to create a brighter future for ourselves and our beloved Dominica. Once again, I extend a heartfelt thanks to all those involved in making this journey possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kishon. So you heard it from him, you didn't hear it from the youth officer. That is what the youth division is doing for the young people across Dominica. At this time, we would like to recognize the female impressionist, who is Jem Elwa. Unfortunately, she's not able to join us today, so we are going to call on Miss Suzanne speech. Put your hands together for her.
Honorable Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Development Officer, the Community Development, Ms. Greta Roberts, Honorable Minister of State in the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Senator Oscar George, Permanent Secretary in Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly and DYBT Coordinator, Senator Philip Rowe, Chief Youth Development Officer, Mr. John Roach, Assistant Chief Youth Development Officer, Ms. Serena Paul, Pastor Vaughn Vigilant, staff of the Youth Development Division and Dominica Youth Business Trust, tutors and facilitators of the multidisciplinary leadership courses, invited guests, the media, graduates of the Southeast and West multidisciplinary leadership courses. Good afternoon to everyone. It is indeed an honor to be here today to share my experience at this multidisciplinary leadership program graduation ceremony. I found out about this program through my youth officer, Mr. Amon Stedman, who cheerfully informed me of a leadership training being offered in my community. This sparked a great interest in me, and I immediately jumped at the opportunity. And truly, to this day, I have not regretted my decision, for this program has benefited me greatly. I strongly believe that my fellow participants and I were afforded the best tutors and facilitators who provided us with essential life skills such as communication, public speaking, counseling, conflict management, and program project planning. These sessions were indeed an enriching and transformative experience. This was a comprehensive program that provided us with a holistic approach to leadership development, equipping participants with a diverse skill set which is necessary for effective leadership in today's complex and dynamic personal and professional environment. Enrolling in this program has helped me and continues to help me as a thriving young woman in building a strong character and self-confidence. It has helped me with my confidence as a counselor on the Lapland Village Council. One of the key components for me was enhancing my communication skill. It was through this program that I truly understood the impact of effective communication and the reality of fostering understanding, collaboration, and trust among other individuals. The interactive sessions and practical exercises we will engage in really emphasize the importance of communicating clearly, actively listening, and providing constructive feedback. Another pivotal aspect of the training program for me was the emphasis on mastering the act of public speaking. Public speaking is a vital skill for leaders as it enables them to inspire, motivate, and influence others. This training provided us, the participants, with the opportunity to practice delivering speeches, presentations, and pitches, which instill in us confidence and poise. While I may not be able to speak to every area of this training and that impact me, I cannot end by overlooking the incredible decision whereby counseling techniques were integrated into the leadership training program. This added a unique dimension to my personal development. By learning how to provide guidance to support others, I gained a deeper understanding of human behavior and emotions, thus enhancing my capacity for empathetic leadership. This is something I truly needed. As I reflect further on my personal traits that were strengthening during this program, I felt better prepared to cope with myself as an individual, as well as the many personalities and dynamics that I encounter daily. The benefits that young people achieve from the Youth Development Division leadership training are endless. If taken seriously, we will have more ceremonies like this here today. In conclusion, the multidisciplinary leadership training program provided a comprehensive learning experience that enhanced participants' leadership capabilities across various essential domains. To my fellow graduates, the opportunities are endless. Many will utilize the skills that we have received in the leadership training as a foundation for our growth and further development. I also encourage you to remember the lessons taught this session as we go about our daily lives. To the youth listening or watching via the media, I urge you to position yourself to take advantage of these opportunities to better yourselves. Finally, to the Youth Development Division, I said thank you, thank you, thank you, and may God richly bless you until we want it again. I really thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councillor Suzette Loader. And as you heard from her, how impactful the program was to her, and as well as the others. Without no further ado, we will now have a performance by the ITSS Environmental Club.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. They say sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. And right now, Right now I'm losing bad. I've stood on this stage night after night, reminding the broken that oh, right now I just can't. It's easy to sing when there's nothing to bring me down. But what will I say when I'm held to the flame like I am right now? I know you're able and I know you can sail through the fire with your mighty hands. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. They say it only takes a little faith to move a mountain. Good thing, a little faith is all I have right now. So God, when you choose to leave mountains unmovable, oh, give me the strength to be able to sing it as well with my soul. I know you're able and I know you can sail through the fire with your mighty hands. But even if you don't, my hope is you alone. I was born strong. I was made for this. I met so many hard times when I thought I couldn't make it. See, I had my trials when my pillows dried my eyes. And then the morning came and my wings took flight. I rise. See, I'm hurt, broken down, but I won't die. I rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I rise. Some say it's a mystery how I still believe that in spite of all I've been through, I can still push the wheel. See, I have a power, they can't see it with their eyes. It's a little thing called faith that makes broken wings fly. And I rise. Though I'm hurting but not broken down, but I won't die. I rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I rise. Who can understand? Every man defies the odds and still fights on to make it. I can make it. I rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken down, but I won't die. I rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I rise.
This afternoon, I tell you, our young people have so much to offer. We want to welcome our listeners on 93.1 and 88.6 training ceremony at the PSU building in Roseau. Pleasant listening, pleasant viewing on our Facebook page.
Of leadership where you belong. With vision as your compass, you chart your course, inspiring others with unwavering force. You've learned to listen, to emphasize, to lead. Now, as you graduate, don't forget the lessons learned, the goals you set. For leadership is not a title or a name. It's a commitment of excellence, a flame. So here's to you, the leaders of today, the leaders of tomorrow. With courage and conviction, you'll banish sorrow. Together you'll strive, together you will explore. Congratulations, leaders, on this special day. Go forth and make your mark in every way. I thank you.
So much to the students of the ITSS. Wow. Is it only me with goosebumps seeing the young people with so much talent? Let's put our hands together for them again. At this time, Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports, and Community Development with a few brief remarks.
I think the three young ladies who just us with those lovely voices, they should be part of that course later on. These are leaders. Yes. You see, you can spot that very early, and they have that. But in addition to that, I had more than goosebumps. I don't know what you call it, and it is bigger than a goosebump. But you? Oh. But I was so impressed by what I heard this afternoon, and I think we need to commend the workshop. You must have done something to touch these people in this way. So I want us to give this morning, because this morning I was at the Youth Business Trust project launch for young people again, youth. And this afternoon again, I'm seeing more being done for young people. So I want to thank now all the officers of the Youth Development Division, and also, of course, DYBT for a job well done. Good. I feel better now, so I can start. Oh, let me apologize this afternoon for the absence of my colleague minister, Honorable George. I'm apologizing for lateness. I hope I'm not apologizing for absence, because we are at Cabinet today. I just felt I could not have let this ceremony go without me, so I stole myself out of Cabinet. So remember, two of us cannot steal away. So I was the fastest one. I ran out. So I've been sending messages to him, you still have time to come. So let us see if he can make it. If not, then he sends his blessings as well. Let me, of course, recognize the presence of my permanent secretary, acting for a short moment, but she has done well in the short space of time she has been with me. He spoke about separation and training he got. I just want him to know you don't
see how the work you did works for you unless you get into that situation. So it's when you leave, you will realize if that separation thing worked for you. Because I know you're going to miss us. You're smiling too much. Since morning, he's smiling. But ladies and gentlemen, all of you gathered here, I applaud your efforts. Thank you so much. Yes. And as I told him this morning, don't worry, that we'll still call you. Just when we call, just come with a smile, because we still need you. Of course, I want to acknowledge our Chief Youth Development Officer. Should I call you that already? Ms. Cesarina Paul. No smile on her face, so Mr. Roach, pass some smiles to her. They call you Deputy Speaker, but I know what to call it. The coordinator of DYBT, Mr. Roll. I must recognize, of course, Ms. Ferguson here from the Barbados Youth Business Trust. She was with us this morning. The staff of the Youth Development Division and the DYBT, tutors and facilitators of the workshop, the leadership courses, invited guests, the media. Young lady, you did so well. Nice to see you, nice to know you, nice to have heard you. Just keep up the good work, my dear. Graduates of the Southeast, of course, that's where I came from, so that's where most of the wise people came anyway. So we have to applaud them. And of course, the West Multidisciplinary Workshop. A pleasant afternoon to you all. I am honored to stand here today as we celebrate the completion of the Youth Development Training Program. Throughout this journey, I am sure you have learned valuable lessons. I saw that this afternoon, developed new skills, and formed lasting connections with one another. I am proud of each and every one of you for your dedication, your commitment, and growth during this program. It is my belief that the Youth Multidisciplinary Leadership Training Program, held on the Western and the Southeastern districts, was designed to empower you with a diverse set of skills and knowledge to become effective leaders. Workshops, hands-on activities, and group discussions you have engaged in presented the opportunity for you to develop a range of leadership qualities and competencies. It is a fact that the negative displays and activities of youth are more often highlighted than the positive. And it is my hope, therefore, that your dedication and attention to this training program and the impact it will have on you and on society at large would gain the recognition and publicity that it rightly deserves. As you graduate from this course, I encourage you to pay close attention to the following: your ability to apply different leadership styles to different situations, your ability to communicate effectively, your ability to resolve conflicts and problems as they surface, your ability to make the right decisions, even in the most difficult and trying circumstances, and of course, your ability to set goals and to work assiduously towards their achievement. I also urge you to keep working on identifying your strengths and areas of growth as you develop your leadership skills and evolve into the leaders that God has destined for you to be. I am also hopeful that over the last 6 weeks that you learned the value of collaboration, and the importance of supporting one another. Importantly, as Dominica embraces globalization, it is also my hope that you understand and appreciate the value of multicultural, how we can work with diversity, equity, and inclusion to develop a greater understanding and appreciation of different cultures, perspectives, and backgrounds. I pause at this time to highly commend the work of the abled Assistant Youth Development Officer, Ms. Cesarina Paul, and the 13 facilitators and 12 tutors who contributed towards the successful delivery of this course. I exhort all of you to transfer learned to your respective groups and communities through volunteer work, community projects, and advocacy initiatives. In your pursuit, seek to mobilize others, create positive change, and make a difference wherever you can. Graduates, I implore you to make use of the skills that you have garnered, skills such as public speaking, networking, time management, and project management to help you navigate the professional world and to build a strong foundation for your future careers. In closing, I urge you to do your utmost to reach your full potential and become the influential leaders in this rapidly evolving world. Congratulations to each and every one of you on your achievements, and may you continue to shine brightly as the leaders of tomorrow. I thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was the minister responsible for the youth in Dominica, Honorable Greta Roberts, and congratulations to the youth who will be graduating today. Congratulations to the Youth Development Division and the Dominica Youth Business Trust. We want to again welcome at this time all our listeners on 93.1 and 88.7 FM, as well as those who are watching on our Facebook page. We want to welcome you as we join our 107.9 and 91.1 FM listeners in bringing this broadcast live from the PSU building in Roseau. Another significant aspect of this graduation ceremony, we have the presentation of certificates to the graduates. Senator Oscar George is not here. He would have loved to be here, but isn't here. He's in cabinet. He's the Minister of State for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, but the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Gloria Joseph, is about to present the certificates to the young people.
Southeast first. Southeast first, John. Look it. Southeast first. Go ahead, call the name.
Multidisciplinary Leadership Training, Southeast District, 21st November 2018 to 24th of April 2019. Graduating trainees: Jem Elwa, Jelisa Stedman, Seraphia Prosper, Florence Stedman, Yvonne Vigilant, Ethelyn Girodel, Omin Fontaine, Omina Fontaine, Suzette Loda, Gabina Girodel. Davina Lestrade. Sean Wallace Williams. Decelia Philip. Alira Christopher. Melissa Nelson. Nikenji Baron. Mavlin Kazime. Manuela Gregoire. Jacqueline Eugene Elwa. Steffi Martin. Edfield Benjamin. And Javid Casey. Give them a round of applause, everybody.
Phil, come, your own. Thank you very much, Mrs. Joseph. Okay. At this time, we'd like to invite Mr. Philip Rowe, the coordinator of the DYBT, on stage with us. He's going to present to the tutors.
Okay.
Okay, so we are going to do the Western District graduates at this time. January 4th, 2023 to June 28th, 2023, and the graduating class, Leanne K. Robin, Christian Morency, Hannah Leta, Milano Remy, Maggie Matthew, Marilyn Amantredin, Nikael John Baptiste, Zebediah Maxwell, Kiana Dyer, Netisha Esprit, Monique Shillingford, Rosalind John Baptiste, Alicia Eugene, Kenna Charles, Destine Robin, Shervin Dominic, Sheldon Daru, and Kishon Hector. Put your hands together for the graduating class. Thank you very much to Mr. Roll. At this time, we would invite Honorable Roberts again to present to our tutors. We want to thank all our tutors for their hard work and commitment to the courses. We call on Michael Pendeng, Melissa John Lewis, Wayne Fontaine, Sharika Winston, Shala Gabriel, Nola Stedman, Lydia LeBlanc, Jade Hill, Gregory Rivera, Enan Kelbert Luke, Michelle Shillingford, and yours truly, Cecilia Christmas.
Graduates receiving their certificates. Well, presentation of certificates to the tutors who did an excellent job during the training. We want to commend them for a wonderful job with the young people, and now we are getting ready for the presentation of special awards. That will be Honorable Greta Roberts will be the one presenting those awards. She's the Minister responsible for culture, youth, sports, and community development.
From the Southeastern District, the best in public speaking is Jem Elwa, but it will be received by Miss Suzette Loader. Let's give her a hand of applause. In punctuality, Southeast, we call on Ethelyn Jurdel. And regularity would never miss the class, and it's from Dailies. She had to come all the way to La Plaine. Jacqueline Eugene Elwa.
We now call on the Western District Awardees. The best in public speaking goes to Kishan Hector. Punctuality goes to Clesian Morancy, and we will call on Monique Shillingford to pick it up on her behalf. Regularity. And of course, our awardee for the best project proposal goes to Maggie Matthew. Let's put our hands together for all of our awardees. Okay, so we are going to award the Honorable Minister with a fruit basket. Thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. We call on Wayne Fountain to present the basket. Well done. We want to call on Nikki Lestrade to present Mrs. Gloria Joseph with a fruit basket. Next, we'll have Mr. Philip Roll to receive a fruit basket. And we have Mr. Wayne Fontaine presenting to Mr. Rowe. Mr. Roach, the man who never grows old, can you come up for your fruit basket? And we'll have Mrs. Lestrade present to Mr. Rowe. Up next, we'll have Miss Caesarina Paul, another one who never grows old. Please come up for your fruit basket. When you work with the youth division, you remain youthful. That's a good thing, right? Have Mr. Pastor Von Vigilant to receive his fruit basket. All right. Okay. Not forgetting performers. They did so well. We'll have the ITSS come up to receive a fruit basket. All three of you can come and receive the fruit basket. Give them a hand. And finally, we can't remain speechless. We'd like to call on Danielle Fergus to receive her fruit basket. going to say thanks to the facilitators. Come and do it. And then we'll do that last, but come and say thanks to the facilitators. So thanks so much to Mrs. Lestrade and Mr. Wayne Fontaine for helping with the fruit baskets. At this time, we have some thank yous to say to our facilitators.
For facilitators, Gregory Rivera, Marcia Barron, John Roach, Caesarina M. Paul, Valencia Webb, Amon Stedman, myself, Lydia LeBlanc, Nikki Darrow, Diane Laronde, Mena Scotland Andrew, Cecilia Christmas, and Carrie Ann Timothy.
Thank you.
Give them a round of applause.
Okay, so this is not on our agenda. Nikki. Okay, can we have Mrs. Lestrade come up, please? I wish we had a drum roll. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.
A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. This afternoon, it gives us pleasure as well as a feeling of sadness to recognize officially Mr. John Roach, who we know is his few last days with us, and we just want to say, Mr. Roach, thank you. Thank you for your patience. As young officers, thank you for your patience and for your guidance within this job and within this field of youth work and of social work. We want to present you, or I want to present you with a small token of my appreciation from myself, from the officers, and of course from my family. So thank you, Mr. Rich.
Stay there, please. Thank you very much. Yes, Chief, after that you can. Okay, so I'm kindly asking all the staff members to come up front, please. All of you, every member of staff, including you, Cody, DYBT staff as well, please. And yes, and Chief is requesting Ann Carissa, so, and Miss and Sweb, Miss Webb, Sweb, please. And we know that this is off script. It wasn't on our program, but we had to do it. We couldn't put on the program. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take the opportunity, as everybody's coming up, Lindy, yes, to, as a staff, say thank you to Mr. Roach. He's excited, there's no doubt. It's all over his face, he's looking younger. I really don't know. But he didn't want that thing, eh? He tried to talk us out of it all the time. All we tried to bait, he was saying no. But we couldn't and cannot allow Mr. Roach to leave on Friday, believe it or not, as in Friday. Friday is Mr. Roach's last official day at work. And then he goes on pre-retirement from Monday. I mean, do you all believe that? Once upon a time, he was saying 2 years, and I was like, oh, we have time. And no, it's Friday afternoon. Yeah. So I really think it is fitting that we think it is fitting that we stop to recognize Mr. Roach in a special way, and we have decided to do so with a simple token and a card of appreciation, just to tell you, Mr. Roach, that we appreciate you, heart and soul. You have been, Nikki coined the term patient, as though to have patience. But anyway, you have patience, Mr. Roach, plenty. But what for me personally stands out, and I think for all of us here, is how meticulous Mr. Roach is. You cannot really bring a paper with plenty mistakes on it. Or even one mistake, Mr. Roach picks it up. And sometimes I wonder, how did I have a mistake on that now? Where you see it? And then he go and he shows it to you. Very meticulous, very attentive to details. And these are things that I am taking from you, and I'm sure all of us here can benefit. And if we were to give everybody an opportunity to say something about Mr. Roach, they may have something, but I'm sure that particular one is going to stand out. Chief, as I call you, I want to say thanks personally for fighting for your staff, always recommending people, pushing people, warning people, warning people, warning people, always. I want to thank you for that. You always fight for us, and we cannot say no. Even when some of us don't even realize it, you fight for your staff. You fought for us, and we know you will continue to be in our corners whatever you do. I told you the other day that very soon your phone will ring and somebody will say, we need your service. So I know that you will get ready, and you are ready for that. Okay, so he's changing his phone number, but we can all find him. He lives in Granby. He's easy to find. So on behalf of the staff of the Youth Development Division, and of course your colleagues who Ms. Webb would have worked with you for a number of years, Greg as well, and just all the folks before, Popo, Mr. Bontif, Mr. Later, all of them would have been pleased to be here. Miss Alfred, who ushered you into Youth Division. I mean, all these people, they are still alive today, and we are thankful for them. The foundation that was set for YDD, I mean, the culture that has cultured people like me and the rest of us, the older folks, you could say now in the department, like Julian Paquette, Marcia, Karen. Where's Karen? I don't see her. Yes, she hiding. Yes, and the rest, and now we have new people, younger people, fresh people, but the culture that would have nurtured us, we know it, and you have helped us to understand it as well. And we hope that we can continue to grow. Whatever happens, that YDD will excel, and to live up to the legacy, and even better, to build on what you all have built and set for Dominican youth through the work that you have done. And so thank you, Chief. And we have a small, it's tiny, but it's meaningful.
Token of appreciation to Mr. John Roach. This man has been a good friend for years of the youth and even Kyrie FM. And I wish he could be given an opportunity to say something, but he, along with the other folks, are posing for the cameras at this time as we speak. Mr. Roach is more than deserving of this, and the young people are very proud of him. Look at the support that he's receiving. Even PS has joined on there, PS Gloria Joseph, another lady who has a passion for young people. Tall and strong to my left, facing the north, and she too is another powerful woman when it comes to young people, working with young people, encouraging young people, and being there for young people. And the last time I heard her deliver a powerful speech was at the State House, and many thought she should be in politics, she should be a politician. And that's what we are having now, the closing of this multidisciplinary leadership training.
Thank you very much for indulging us, Minister and PS, and everyone, Greg and Miss Webb and everyone else, and you for your patience.
So we were saying, yes. coming to a close, and so we go across to the Masters of Ceremony.
Okay, so the youth division is going from generation to generation. Mr. Roach, we will miss you. All right, so at this time, we are going to have a vote of thanks by Mr. Edfield Benjamin. Let's make him feel welcome.
As is, right? Just as is? All right. Honorable Minister of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Ms. Greta Roberts, Permanent Secretary, Mrs. of Assembly and Dominica Youth Business Trust Coordinator, Senator Philip Roll, Chief Youth Development Officer, Mr. John Roach, Youth Development Officer, Ms. Cesarina Paul, Pastor Von Vigilant, staff of the Youth Development Division and Dominica Youth Business Trust, tutors and facilitators of the multidisciplinary leadership courses, invited guests, the media, graduates of the Southeast and West multidisciplinary leadership courses. Good afternoon. The pleasure is mine to give the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank God, for without God, we would not be anywhere. I would also like to thank all the facilitators of this program and the staff of the Youth Development Division. All other contributors are thanked, and I would like to personally say thank you to the Youth Division, Minister, everybody associated with the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Edfield. At this time, we have some light refreshments in the back. We invite you to indulge, and I wish everyone traveling mercies on the way home. Good evening, everyone.
We've come to the end of the broadcast almost. We are going to have a little chat with a man who has worked very hard over the past several years, working with young people in various areas, working with young people, Mr. John Roach, as he makes his way to us here. As it were, he likes to work sometimes behind the scenes just to ensure things work in the best interest of the youth of Dominica. But today we are going to have our final chat with him as he prepares as he prepares to exit this afternoon. So we are joining Mr. Roach at this time. So let's talk about his years working. Okay, so I am here with all right, okay, so we have just concluded as Mr. Roach, somebody just pulled him away from us to take a picture. Okay, so This is the man, as I was telling you people, very distinguished man. He doesn't like to blow his trumpets, but this man, he really deserves much more than what we saw. But again, it's from the heart of the young people, and I know him. I've dealt with him on many occasions, and even when they were talking about not bringing a document to Mr. Roach without mistakes, I remember myself. When I submit my proposals to Mr. Roach, he would call me, Vidal, thank you, but I made a few corrections for you. Mr. Roach, it's been such a wonderful time for me and Kyrie FM working with you over the past years. So warm, so friendly, and business-like. Positive, have that sense of humor, but very serious when it comes to things pertaining to youth and business. What has it been like for you over the many years?
Well, that's 35 years. It was a journey, because you want to say a self-searching journey for me.
Yeah.
Youth development actually helped to develop my characteristics, my qualities, and so on. So basically what I did was to pass on what I learned from those who were the trailblazers, like Miss Elizabeth Alfred, David Slater, Colbert Pinard, Jules Pascal, who was the one I actually succeeded from, and Bernard Bontiff, and then you had people like Marcelin Lockhart, and all the, Gregory Caresseri, he also worked with me as my assistant chief, and Miss Alfred. So all these officers played a role in helping to shape me as a person, and also my leadership skills for me to be able to, make Youth Division what it is today.
Mr. Roach, I don't think this is all for Mr. Roach, because when you look at Mr. Roach, he still has that energy, that vigor, that vitality in him, and that desire to work with young people. In terms of your community, I know the people in your community are going to make good use of you. Are you willing to make yourself available?
Well, I have always been available to the people of Granby. As you know, I'm also involved in sports, involved in culture. So I will continue to, now I have more time to make myself available. In fact, there's a newly installed village council in Granby. I have already informed them that I'm making myself available to help them with the leadership skills which I think they need as young aspiring leaders. So I am available to assist in whatever way that the community, require that I assist them.
Be called upon by any member of the public in general, whether to speak to young people at a camp, somewhere in Marigot Dailies, would you still make yourself available?
I don't say no to any opportunity where it is going to involve empowering young people. I mean empowering people in general, but particularly young people, especially now I see our young people are faced with so many distractions. And I think what they need is role models, people who can guide them and help them to be better individuals, because we help develop the country. So what they need is mentors, and I'm making myself available to serve as mentors in whatever capacity, So I'm available, and I'll never say no to any opportunity.
Indeed. Your final words as we wrap up here. You've worked over the many years with young people in Dominica. Your contribution to Dominica's development. How about at the church level? How instrumental have you been?
Well, I'm not much involved in the church per se. But with the young people. But what I know is that our young people need the church, and I know there are people who are involved in the church who are. When I say church, I'm not referring to any specific denomination, but generally, to be closer to God. I am a very prayerful person. I take prayer very seriously. And, I'm just urging young people to get closer to God, and I think this is one of the answers to a lot of the problems that we are facing.
Right. Your final words to Dominicans. Have you enjoyed those many years?
Oh, yes. The 35 years were very good years. Although I cannot say that my last year at the Youth Division was the best year. It was not. I have to be honest and say as it was. But I think that I have hope for Dominica, and I just want people to remain on the positive side.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Vidal.
And we wish you the very best, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep up the good work, even though you have left this department.
Mm.
But of course, we know you're going to do a lot
Certainly
more.
I will. Certainly
for the people
Thank
of Dominica. Great. That's it there, Mr. John Birch, saying goodbye to the Youth Development Division. Over the past several years has given himself selflessly to youth development in Dominica. We wrap up this broadcast by saying thanks again to the Youth Development Division, the government of Dominica. Honorable Greta Roberts, thank you so much for penning your signature and approving this broadcast. Thanks as well to P.S. Gloria Joseph. No matter where you put P.S. Gloria Joseph, she does an excellent job in any department within the government service. And so, P.S., we want to thank you so much for approving the broadcast. It was worth it. On behalf of my technicians who brought us good quality audio and visual, Steve Vidal saying good afternoon, goodbye, taking it back to Master Control, Kyrie FM. The news comes up at 5:30. Good afternoon.